So we've got a brand new evolution and finally a bronze evolution, which could mean some decent upgrades across the board. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I'll know all of the bronze cards in here, and predominantly we're going to be looking at Premier League more so than anything. But we do want to see if there is some absolute beast that you could find that could maybe go in the next silver team. So we have got a max 64 striker, max 10 playstyles. Then obviously we are looking at a very low rated, so 64. Realistically, most of them are not going to have as many playstyles going. I'm assuming we've got none on him. 2, I suppose maybe we got 1. So realistically, we are looking for the upgrade now. So first level, there's 5 levels to grind this out as well. We get max 10 pace here, up to 85. Agility, we've got attack and positioning. We have the low driven shot, nice, with the advanced forward plus. Passing, shot power, defending. So it's a whole upgrade in general. Does it say? So if you're looking for coins, head over to eldorado.gg. There is huge amounts of verified sellers on Eldorado, and there is a money back guaranteed by Trade Shield. If that's not enough, there is 24/7 live support and also plenty of reviews across websites that will definitely put your mind at ease. And as always, before you check out, make sure that you are using the code JT11 for 5% off every single order. Back to the video. It is for striker. Well, we get defending upgrades. Regardless, finishing, physical, balance. Then we go into the third level, long shots, volleys, skill move and weak foot up to 3, penalties 25, and we get the first touch. We then have passing, reactions, ball control, shot power, dribbling, finishing. Then we finish off with quick step, composure, false 9++, physicality, pace again, and agility. Okay, I mean, it's definitely going to put them up to a certain level. Somebody like Vokes, for instance, though, with 33 pace. I was going to say, he's not really going to get up there, is he? So say if we went, wow, 90 already, jeez. He'd definitely get a nice shooting boost, but pace won't unfortunately go up for him. To be honest, though, that's probably not a bad card, to say the least. Like, you've got the low driven, rapid, first touch, quick step, alongside a decent stat upgrade. If you're thinking of silvers, it's not the worst in the world. Now, if I was going to go specifically Prem, let's have a look if I've got any. Oh, I need to go bronze. I'd say I don't know if I've really got that many. I was going to say I don't think we've really seen that many Prem players. So we will have to kind of hopefully go onto foot.gg and see if we can find it. In terms of matches then, play 2, score 3, so 2 matches. Play 4, so 6 in total, then up to 9, then up to 11, then up to 14 matches to get this done. Should be relatively simple. I can imagine, yeah, he's going to say you've got to be a lot of squad battles more than anything, as nobody really wants to go into rivals, even with a 64 or 74 when they get there. So let's have a look over on .gg then. Let's see if there is anybody. I doubt we got the trend in yet, but eligible players then. So first and foremost, so he is second on that list, so I do have a pretty decent one in terms of rating. I did think he looked pretty decent for it. Naturally, you can obviously go and put him into other stuff as well, so this is just a stopgap for him. If then we was to go, I mean, they are looking at the Hunter again. So if we was to whack the Hunter on him, 96 pace, 80 shooting. If I was to change that as he's already got it, we could get 85 on that and 82 on the shooting. Turning him into a striker. You've got an 81 overall. It's not awful. Like, by the time you get here, jeez, that's not a bad card. What got from there? So you got the ScreaMOR into intro, spooky striker. I mean, that's the level that we can see here. If you've not necessarily gone too crazy, it's an interesting one. He gets up to a 4-star. Yes, he doesn't have the playstyles. We've got Game Changer, Quick Step, First Touch. So definitely an interesting one to look at, to say the least. If we was looking at Prem specific, let's have a look at these. So we've got 3. We've only got 3, in fact. So really, 80 pace, 61, 75. So really would probably be looking at these 2 more than anything. We'll go with the more better on the shooting by 1. Again, you're going to be looking at them probably going up to that 84 if you've got the evolution path. But if we just really look at them at their 74 level, 85 on that pace, 79 shooting, 80 dribbling. Again, you're probably going to look for a Hunter. And realistically, these are not to kind of take out into context. Like, you're going to be looking at these as their kind of silver form more so than a gold. So So realistically, this would be the kind of level you'd see in maybe a main team, a past and present team sort of thing. Obviously, when we do look at the evolved players, there will be a lot that can go up into the kind of top level. So we see him into the ScreaMOR, into the Spooky Striker, and then into Star in Motion. It really puts them into that kind of end game category. And see, as a Shadow Striker, if we go with the Hunter on him, he goes up to a 91.2 rating. That is outrageous that they can go up that high. So naturally, that's going to take a few more spots. So it would take 3 different evolutions, or 4 if you include the Iron Lungs. So it does mean that you've got to have all them viable. But if we are looking specifically at this one, then these are the players that we're kind of going for. You can imagine a lot of them are going to be the more paced up, the more shooting already on there. So number 1 on this list is going to be this guy right here, Abifade. So on his... Oh, they've gone for a different route. That's not what we want to do. We want... They've gone for the Undead Lion instead. Okay, I want to go... Let's take that out. And I think we can just go into Filter, then Evolution, and we want this one. So this should give... Okay, yeah, I was going to say this will give him the 1. So this would be the level that he's at. Then obviously if you went for the Hunter, you'd see 91.78. I mean, his composure's a bit low. What was his composure prior to this? 47. And this is the problem with some of the bronzes, but this is where I would... It would be specifically for me to go into your team, to go into your past and present team. If you're running, like we saw, a Wolves team, a Sunderland, that's kind of where I would go. Like, I'd be looking more at the kind of the top nations, just to get them, like obviously Championship as well, but you can kind of see a few that can throw themselves into this mix, from Marseille to Leverkusen. They would be the ones I personally would be looking at. I don't think there is that many crazy choices by the looks of it. It is just a standard choice. Now obviously with this as well, it is going to be what comes after, so you can see a lot of them going into that 84, the Star in Motion going up to the 86. That obviously will work out for them pretty well. Obviously we've got... Okay, 85 on the pace, 80 on the dribbling. Obviously, they're going to look for the Hunter more than anything. 91 and 82. As a silver goes, that's not bad. I mean, it's going to be one of the better ones, and it is a free evolution, which we absolutely love. And then the kind of next stage would be to put them into this kind of 86 going on here. So if we looked at like a Premier League one here, you can kind of see a few of the 84s that we've seen, and a few on the sort of lower end as well. So overall, I think this is just going to be get who you can be given, to be honest. If you've got... I might even go with this lad in here. There's no Man U player, so I have no kind of doubts with that one that I can go there. The only other thing is obviously if your main team has got like a sister team as such. So for instance, if we was to go into the WSL, if I was to see any Man U players here, which there is one, I could go with her instead and add her into this just to kind of get that evolution rolling. But again, it's whether you want to go into that much detail with your past and present. So it's a nice upgrade. This 74s I don't think is a bad shout, to be honest. I think the future Evos on top is quite nice, but building out your team, if you're going for specific silvers, we will end up with another silver tournament at the end of this season, like we did in the previous, because that'd be the reason why we get the Brazilian silver tournament. Whether it's going to be max chemistry or not, I'm not sure. So whether you want to go with potentially any of the Brazilians, that could be another way, because naturally we're going to see either Brasilia, we're going to see the Brazilians, Mexicans, kind of American vibe when it comes to that. So it'll be interesting to see nonetheless. Obviously a lot of these will have pretty much them same sort of ratings. There's not really going to be many outliers other than maybe a little bit more on the pace, like we've seen with our guy here with 90. That's really all that's going to be it. Again, you could just go with a standard in England if you really want. There's plenty of silvers there if you want to run a team like that. So lots of different options. Leave a comment down below if there's anybody that you personally like. If you obviously want to put them in, then definitely leave the comment and we'll kind of check them out as well, and I'll kind of see who I really fancy putting into this. But let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you all for that next one. Peace.